We are live. Okay, hello, hi. We're live, I think. I just spent about 5 minutes talking to myself, not realizing that this wasn't working. So I think we're working now. If this is working, will you please let me know in the chat so I can see that this is in fact a live thing and is actually working. But hi, hello. It's great to be here. This is my first ever YouTube live. So I'm kind of treating this as like a little bit of a new experiment, a little bit of a solo pod, if you will. I of course have the Movie Draft podcast. I have 24 Minutes of A24 podcast. I've been podcasting for many years, so it's kind of fun to maybe treat this as like a little bit of a solo pod right now. So we're gonna talk about movie news. As you can see, I kind of have up discussing films. Twitter page is really my plan for this. I have a lot of big things that I want to talk about. First and foremost, thanks for watching. This is a new space for me. I used to record in a shed, literally a garden shed that I had outfitted for this like recording that I would do for podcasts that I would do for videos. So it is nice to have a designated space. I've been moving, so I've been off of YouTube, but I'm glad to be back. And I know this is a big blank wall right here. I know this. I have lots of my collectibles behind me. But when I saw Jurassic World Rebirth, I don't even want to say the name. It was so bad. When I saw it the other night, I did in fact get hooked up by the movie theater employee with a full-size F1 the movie poster. Wham. I think that's going right there. I think that is the plan for that. So maybe next video, that'll be the case. Next full video on the channel is going to be me reviewing Superman, which I am honestly maybe not super thrilled about, but it's okay. We're here, and sometimes you got to put in the work. Let's talk about some movie news. I will be talking about Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey trailer. I will be talking about that, not right now. So stick around. I don't know when I'm going to talk about it, but I don't want to really lead off with it because, at fear that other people haven't seen it, that a lot of people haven't seen it yet, or maybe have only seen like the ripped version that thankfully they are starting to take down. So we'll get to that maybe in like 10 minutes. Let's talk about some other movie news, and we'll just kind of like go through discussing films Twitter page here as I try out a YouTube live and drink my espresso, because I did go for a run this morning. Very proud of that, and I need some coffee. So let's start doing this. Okay. First piece of news. In exactly 28 weeks, 28 years later, The Bone Temple will release in theaters. So let's talk about The Bone Temple. I liked 28, is it 28 years later, The Bone Temple? Okay, so I liked 28 years later. That was a very good movie. I thought there's a lot of great thematic depth to it. I think it looked really cool. I was a little bit colder on this movie than most. I do feel like it kind of has the vibe of people being like, this is actually the best movie in a really, really long time, and I'm just not quite there. So the thing about the Bone Temple that I think is super exciting, a messenger on a bicycle awakens from a coma to discover that the world has been invaded by zombies following the outbreak of a virus. Of course, this is in lineage with the 28-year franchise. The big thing to note here is Nia DaCosta is directing this film. It will not be Danny Boyle. It is not a Danny Boyle and Alex Garland collaboration. The last movie that Nia DaCosta directed was the remake of Candyman. The remake of Candyman and then The Marvels. Both kind of unfortunate projects, but I think she has good vision. So I'm really interested to see how this works in this movie. Of course, Alfie coming back, which is exciting. Ralph Fiennes as the Bone Doctor, which I just think of Mission Impossible every single time I talk about the Bone Doctor. But I guess he's technically not the Bone Doctor. He just works at a bone temple. Don't really know. So I think this will be fun. I think it'll be good. And I think 28 years later, doing pretty well at the box office is exciting and bodes well for this. The January release of the Bone Temple is a little interesting to me. I don't know if they're like trying to take advantage of, maybe like not a lot of great things coming out, or if it's a signal that it's not going to be on this 28 years later wavelength. It really could be either thing. I don't 100% know where that's lying. Okay. Next piece of news. Nintendo reveals they are working on more film TV projects beyond Super Mario Bros. 2 and the live-action Legend of Zelda movie. I think this is fine. I think this is fine. I genuinely don't care. I don't really care about Nintendo making movies. Of course, speaking of Alex Garland, and 20 years later, we are getting an Elden Ring movie from Alex Garland and A24 at some point in time. I know nothing about that video game, so don't be mad when I say maybe I don't really care. But from what I have seen, the cover of the video game, it looks pretty cool. Super Mario Bros. 2 is going to make $1 billion. Obviously, Super Mario Bros. Was a big deal. My kids love it. I think it's pretty good. Legend of Zelda movie, let's get some casting. Let's get Hunter Schafer out here and let's make some magic happen with this casting. I think that there are a lot of good things. And I think if Nintendo, because of course they have given us, Nintendo World and all of these like live things, and they are starting to kind of build out their ability to build things. If Nintendo is going to give us movies, then I think we should get a Bowser movie really quickly. I think we should get a Bowser spinoff. Live action. That's my take. I'd be there. I probably wouldn't be there. Live action Bowser movie. But I'd be curious to know what people want to see from Nintendo. Like, I would genuinely be curious to know what the people want out of Nintendo movies. I don't 100% know. So, let's go on to the next piece of news. Zendaya has landed in Budapest to begin filming Dune Messiah. That's exciting. I think the Dune Messiah discourse is really going to be something fascinating. As someone who hasn't read the book, and if you have seen my recent trailer reaction for Project Hail Mary, then you would know I don't really read books. Although I am reading a book right now. The book I'm reading right now is My Summer of Rest and Relaxation. And this book right here that I am reading is supposedly going to be adapted by Luca Guadagnino and Margot Robbie's production company, which is really exciting. Oh, I'm pretty sure Luca was attached to this. Yorgos Lanthimos also attached, but I don't really trust Google AI. Of course. Let's go to IMDb. Film adaptation still underway. I know we broke the Dune Messiah barrier here, but let's look. Okay, Yorgos Lanthimos was last attached to direct. Interesting. I thought it was Luca. Okay, well, this is the book I'm reading. Anyway, I haven't read the Dune series, and I haven't read the Dune trilogy, and I haven't read Dune Messiah, and I heard things get weird. Please don't spoil anything for me regarding this movie. I think that it is going to be a monstrous film. I think it will be on the level of Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, of course. I think that it will maybe not fundamentally change movie blockbusters, but I will think, at least from a Warner Brothers perspective, it will encourage studios to seek out A, better adaptations, and B, better directors who are good at those adaptations, because I think collectively this Dune franchise is going to take home it's already sitting on 7 Oscars. I think 6 for the first and 1 for the second. And that'll be an interesting conversation too, now that I think about it, because Dune Part 2 got the all-time, like, we recognize but we don't recognize situation from the Academy, and they were just like not literally recognized for that. So the first one, of course, big deal. Dune Messiah, will it get the Return of the King treatment when it comes to the Academy Awards? Like, will it garner the awards? Will it be a Best Picture contender, a for real Best Picture contender? That will be interesting. I think it's currently slated for 2027. Let's try to see Dune Messiah release date. As you can see, whoa, that was crazy. I've done this search before. Dune Messiah release date, December 16th, 2026. Interesting. I thought it was 2027 for some reason. Wow. December 16th, 2026. So the 2027 Academy Awards. This will be I believe, the first year Stunt Academy Award. Yeah. Starting in 2028, recognizing the film's release in 2027. Interesting. So it'll be a year prior to the Stunts Award, which will kind of be a bummer for that movie because it could have garnered an extra nom somewhere. Anyway, I think she'll be great. She's great in Dune Part 2. A movie that I really enjoy and I don't quite love on the level that a lot of people love it on. Okay, let's move on to the next piece of news. In like 2 minutes, I'll talk about Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey because I do want to talk about the Fantastic Four, and then let's talk about The Odyssey. New international poster for the Fantastic Four. That's pretty cool. This is the first time I'm seeing this poster, so this is real. This is a live reaction. I think that's pretty cool. The thing with the Fantastic Four, and I don't want to belabor this, and I don't really want to like do anything too crazy here, but I will be watching it. I will be seated, of course. As a guy who grew up with the MCU and Avengers Endgame changed me, I very much feel an indebted obligation to watching the MCU, although I have not watched Ironheart, and I am really pretty extremely cold on a lot of things that the MCU has put out as of late. Thunderbolt's innocent. The thing here is that we have to stop marketing movies like this. We have to stop. And I know this might come as like a really big kind of hot take here, but I just, let's do this. Can I search this page? Can I do that? As you can see, I'm searching all kinds of fun movie things. Can I search discussing film? I don't know if I can. Anyway, I feel like I could. But, wow, new piece of news. Marvel Rivals. I don't care. The thing about Fantastic Four is it has been so heavily marketed. It is a new sneak peek every day. A new still every day. The Thing in the beard. Why does he have a beard? Why? Who cares? I don't get it. The trailers, actually, not the last, but I think the one that before that one, the trailer that came out, I was like, cool, I'm kind of turned around on this movie. I think it's going to be pretty good. Now, I believe that there is like a last trailer that I haven't seen. I think today we might even get to it. We got a new look at Galactus, or yesterday. We have to stop. Make things a mystery again. Like, please, it's not that difficult. You don't need to spend $100 million marketing this movie across the globe if you're the MCU. Like, I just don't think you do. You are the MCU, and I understand that you're in a bit of a goalie. If you get that reference, I just watched The Big Short last night, so that is one of the funniest parts of the whole movie. Bit of a goalie. You're in a bit of a goalie. I get that, and I know that you're trying to like find your way out of the slump. People are going to watch movies. It doesn't matter. People are going to watch your movies. Look at Jurassic World Rebirth. People are turning out and watching this movie. It's terrible. It's a bad movie, but people are watching it. So I just think the overexposure on the marketing is doing movies wrong, and I think is doing movies dirty. And I think, and I firmly believe, that if we marketed these superhero movies less, people would be more interested. And I know that's a hot take. That's a bigger conversation for another time that I'd love to have with more people. I think would be an interesting point of discussion, because it doesn't come out until July 25th, and honestly, I'm already like, I'm good. I've seen enough of this movie. Let's talk about Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. So we'll just do a little Googling here. Spoiler alert for The Odyssey. Spoiler alert for The Odyssey. So this is a set photo. This was not in the teaser trailer. If you've seen the teaser trailer, then welcome to a new life. Welcome to a new world, because I've seen it and I feel the same way. This is in fact part of the teaser trailer. So it's been essentially taken down online pretty much everywhere. It's 1 minute long, of course. Now, what I find interesting about the Odyssey trailer is here, we'll just kind of maybe, oh no, New York Times, really? You're gonna block me? Okay, well, we'll just go somewhere else that has this poster here. Complex has it, I think. We'll look at this. Okay, there it is. Okay, so what I find so interesting about the Odyssey trailer is I didn't think my movie was going to get it. I literally texted a group chat that I was in, and I tweeted out, and I was just like, no Odyssey trailer? Like, I didn't get it before Jurassic World Rebirth, which like was overwhelmingly 50%, like an overwhelming amount above 50% of the reason that I went to go see Jurassic World Rebirth. But they play all their trailers, and then we got, at least at Regal, we got our kind of ads, and then we get our, roller coaster, and I'm like, oh my god, the movie's starting. Like, this trailer time is over. And then black screen, bam, right into the Odyssey trailer. And I was levitating. I was taken aback. I was just a little bit speechless, frankly. And I was like, that's a big play to put this after everything and then literally go from the Odyssey trailer, bam, right into Jurassic World Rebirth. I thought was pretty cool. The trailer, from what I can recall, says 1 year from now. It is very clear that this is Christopher Nolan. Of course, the Odyssey kind of font and the font used in this teaser is very similar to that of Oppenheimer. It is Christopher Nolan's signature font that he has kind of fell in love with recently. You get a voiceover that is part John Bernthal and part somebody else. I heard Sean Fennessy on The Big Picture say that it possibly could be John Leguizamo, which I don't know. A lot of good one-liners in this movie, basically talking about Odysseus and talking about how you can't, like, no prison can hold that man, which I think is really fascinating. I have the book. I haven't read the book, and I know we're revisiting this thing of I don't read books, but I bought it so I could read it before I see the movie, so I could be informed, and it looked phenomenal. We don't really see Matt Damon at all, at least not in this capacity. We basically see him floating on a, I don't know, like a raft in the ocean. We see people seated at a table talking about Odysseus, and we see Tom Holland crying, which I'm out on Tom Holland. So this makes me really nervous, but it looks good. It looks like he can act. It looks like we're doing it. This is like our casting things. Yeah. So good. I'm looking at the casting. It's so good. Notably, we get no visuals of any of the women in this movie except for Lupita Nyong'o right behind John Bernthal at this table. Right here, you can see Lupita. Other than that, there's no Charlize, there's no Anne Hathaway, there's no Zendaya, there's no Samantha Morton, no anybody else. I thought this trailer was fantastic and phenomenal, and I can't believe we're living in this time where we get to enjoy this trailer and get to enjoy this teaser. I'd love to go back to the cinema, see it again. I think people should be seeing this on the big screen, and I think it's notable and important. Okay, continue forth. We move forward. Craig Robinson has announced he's quitting doing comedy. I'm not going to read that, but I'm happy for you. Okay. New teaser for The Roses. I'm not going to watch that right now. I don't... what I have heard about this movie out of Cannes is people don't really understand why it was made by Searchlight. So there's that. Okay, so we got a new teaser for the Fantastic Four. I'm not going to be watching that. And again, I stand by it. Oh, look, a new look at Galactus in the Fantastic Four. What are we doing? What is happening? Stop doing this. Stop giving us teasers that say things. Galactus is a planet eater. Why is he literally only as tall as a skyscraper? All right. I don't want to get too in the weeds here. Okay. Warner Bros. Has paused development on Doug Liman's underwater thriller Deeper, starring Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas. This was due to concerns about having the budget at $275 million. Cruise is now shopping the film elsewhere. This coming from Puck and Matt Bellany over at Puck is really informative and really interesting and good to know. Means it's true. Means it's definitely happening. So there's a couple thoughts on this. $275 million. That's great. We can do it. I think that's fine. I don't know why that is a big deal for Warner Bros. Let's do this. Warner Bros. Movies. Let's go to the Wikipedia real quick. I have a reason. I have a point. I have a point to this. Let's go through these. So we don't want to go here. Okay, we want to look at movies this year. Okay, so I don't have production budgets on this stuff, but stay with me for this experiment. So we're looking at Companion. $10 million budget. Modest. Impressive. $118 million budget for Mickey 17. That's worth noting. So we're up to $128 million. The Parenting, a Max original. We don't have any budget information for that, which is a whole different idea of streamers keeping that information. So we're at $128 million. The Alto Knights, let's call it $50 million. $178 million budget so far, which I liked the Alto Knights. That was pretty good. 178. A Working Man, we're at $40 million. So $218 million. A Minecraft movie cost $150 million. We've reached the apex of my point. I understand that the Minecraft movie made almost $1 billion. I get it. A Minecraft movie cost $150 million to make. Now, Sinners notably had a very small production budget. $100 million for a movie like that is wholly original is, while not small, like I just said, it is substantially smaller than $275 million and $300 million, which is what F1 supposedly cost. So this arrives, and this experiment was for a purpose. This brings me to my point. Why are we not trusting Tom Cruise, the savior of cinema, whose movie, Top Gun Maverick, literally brought people back to movie theaters and continued to establish a faith in theatrical releasing and the theatrical model, and a guy who is a trustworthy stalwart at the box office? Let's look at Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, box office mojo. What are we at here? It's $563 million, $564 million worldwide. Come on. And you're not allowing him a $275 million budget? Like, even if Mission Impossible had a $100 million marketing spend, which it probably frankly did, you're still in the plus. I don't really get it. F1, you're spending $300 million on a movie with Brad Pitt, who is, to put it bluntly, like a notch below Tom Cruise. So, I don't know. Doug Liman, people will line up for Doug Liman. I guess I'd be in the back of the line, but I'd be there because, some misses as of late. But Ana de Armas, Tom Cruise, underwater thriller, that has all the makings of the blockbuster of the year. So I find it strange that Warner Bros. Is like, 275, too steep. I find that weird. I don't know where Tom Cruise is going to shop it. I guess Paramount, but I would be really interested to see if Paramount wants to do that. Let's look at Paramount list of movies wiki. Let's go on this journey together. So 20. Yes, this is why I did this. So Mission Impossible, Paramount, obviously Tom Cruise, kind of in arms with Paramount. There's your answer. Look at that. Look at that little number. I don't know if you can see that little number. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, $300 to $400 million to produce. A lot of low budget movies, low budget. Sonic the Hedgehog probably cost $100 million, 122. Low budget. Gladiator 2, $150 million. Wow, $310 million gross. That's crazy. That's a whole different thing. I think Paramount will buy this movie. I think Paramount was going to buy this movie. I don't know why Tom Cruise wouldn't shop it at Paramount, and I don't know why they wouldn't buy it. I just really want this movie. That's what I really want. I just really, really want to get this movie. Okay, let's keep moving. Ryan Coogler's Sinners is now streaming on Max. Go watch it. It's one of the best movies of the year. It's so good. I have nothing more to say about Sinners. I think I did not make a video, and I don't think I was on a pod about Sinners, but boy. That's all. Let's move forward. Tiny Chef has been saved. The team is getting ready to turn the tiny cameras back on in Chef's tree stump home because you all have all saved the Tiny Chef. I don't know who the Tiny Chef is, so we shall proceed. Director Jared Johnstone tells us the new cut of Megan 2.0 is coming soon. Huh. Doesn't sound like he's very thrilled, A, with the bombing of this movie at the box office, and B, with maybe the narrative surrounding the marketing of this movie. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really talk a lot about it. Some of the costumes worn by extras in Sinners were originally made for the Blade film. Marvel Studios sold all the costumes to the production team behind Sinners. Two thoughts out of this one here. Sinners is awesome, and it is incredibly resourceful to do this, and I think makes the movie even cooler, which is like fundamentally impossible at this point in time. Number two, Marvel's never releasing Blade. It's never going to fucking happen. It's just not going to ever happen. It's sad times for Mahershala Ali. It's sad times for Marvel. I don't understand what the problem is. I literally don't get it. Marvel Rivals, I don't care. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Let's talk about The Long Walk for a second. So, Stephen King had an adaptation come out this year called The Life of Chuck, a movie that I haven't seen yet, unfortunately. It did win the Audience Award at TIFF last year when I was there. Did not see it at TIFF. I heard a lot of people really enjoyed it. The Long Walk is coming out, and this is a movie starring a couple people that I really, really like. Let's go to Letterboxd. Let's stick on Letterboxd. Oh, Bobby. 3 stars for F1? Come on, Bobby. Gotta do better than that. My brain lost. What am I looking up on Letterboxd? Oh, right. The Long Walk. Oops. Okay, The Long Walk. Let's put it on the watch list. I do want to see this movie. So this has Cooper Hoffman, David Johnson, and I guess that's kind of all that I know. Yeah, I don't really know anybody else. 2 people that I am very interested in, though, for sure. Well, we all know Josh Hamilton. I love Josh Hamilton. Oh, Francis Ha, my favorite movie of all time. We've made it. Look at that. I'm excited for The Long Walk. Every year, 50 teenage boys meet for an event known throughout the country as The Long Walk. And basically, you just have to walk until you're the last person. It sounds pretty cool. The thing with Stephen King adaptations, I've heard that they're like sometimes not great. But I'm excited. I think it'll do modestly at the box office, and if it's good, it should have a pretty low drop in its second and third weekends from word of mouth, and hopefully that is the case. Okay, the ending of Squid Game. I'm not going to talk about it. If you're watching Squid Game, you're saved. I'm not watching Squid Game. Fantastic Four logo has been drawn in the sky. What are we doing? Stop. Coyote versus ACME will have a panel at San Diego Comic-Con. This is big. This is really big because pretty much every single big movie and movie studio has pulled out of San Diego Comic-Con. And I think we are going to get to this news here shortly. And Coyote versus ACME having a panel there is big. I really wonder. This movie was, of course, part of the really big kind of debacle that took place with a lot of offloading of movies. Let's see if we can find where they speak of. Yes, so Ketchup Entertainment is going to be bringing this movie to Comic-Con and is going to be bringing it to theaters, from what I know. Now, Ketchup Entertainment bought this movie from Max, I believe, and HBO, who offloaded it and said we don't believe in this film, which is abysmal and evil and should never ever be done. So it'll be interesting to see if Ketchup Entertainment makes the marketing around this movie include this idea of the movie being offloaded, because I think it would actually benefit the film. I think if posters come out and say, the movie HBO didn't want you to see, the movie Max never wanted to be in theaters, watch Coyote versus ACME, everybody will be there. I just feel like that's a surefire, and I feel like people want to be there. So I think that they should do that. Will they do that? Probably not. Things could get a little dicey legally for them trying to do that, but I am excited for this movie. I have no interest in this world of Looney Tunes, but I'm there. I'm seated day number 1. Comics. I don't really do comics. Michael Madsen passed away at the age of 67. I don't really want to spend too much time on this because it is sad. And I did watch a behind-the-scenes video yesterday of him talking about Reservoir Dogs and the dance and the infamous scene in which he cuts off the ear. And 67 is tough, man. It's tough. He was great. He's really good in Kill Bill Volume 2. That's immediately where my mind went, is he really stands out in that movie. Noah Wyle is getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which is really cool, and it looks like he's crying or something. I think that's pretty cool. New poster for the Toxic Avenger reboot. This is cool. This is a cool poster. I don't really get this movie, but it's pretty loaded, and I don't really know what it's supposed to be about. It's apparent. It's like a big thing, I guess. I don't know. Jack Quaid recalls meeting Tom Holland at a party and finding out he was a fan of The Boys. Who isn't a fan of The Boys? I missed that show. That's a good show. It's a good show. It has incredibly high highs and unfortunately some low lows, but I hope the final season hammers it home, and I think we bring it back. Okay, now we are talking. We'll stick to this. Let's stick to the top 35 because did 100. Well, let's do it. Well, I don't think New York Times will let me read it. Let's find out. The top movies according to Times readers. Oh, maybe it will. Let's do this activity together. Let's do it. Okay, cool. We're gonna do this activity together, and we're gonna go through and mark how many I've seen and how many I haven't seen, and we can do this in live time here, which I actually think is a great little video idea. If you are watching, drop whatever you've seen maybe in the chat, and that would be cool. So, Avengers Endgame, we've seen it a lot. I think it's funny that it's at 100. It's honestly lower than I thought it would be. Midsommar should have been in the top 10. The Holdovers, The Lighthouse, Howl's Moving Castle, not my favorite Ghibli. Inside Llewyn Davis, really good. Moneyball at 94 is a fucking crime, and it is number 45 on the 100 best list, which is incredibly more deserving. Killers of the Flower Moon being here. Let me just give a little bit of a teaser. I don't know when, if you're watching this video after the live has commenced or whatever the case may be, but go check out the Movie Draft Podcast. We have a 2-part collaborative draft episode that is forthcoming about the 25 best movies of the 21st century, and this might be a talking point. The Incredibles, good movie. Knives Out, pretty good. Bridesmaids, 90. I thought number 32 on the 100 best list was a little bit high. Drive My Car at 89 is remarkably low. And the fact that this movie didn't make the Times 100 list, I think that's the crime. This is like easily one of the best, most important movies of the 2020s, and about love and communication and longing. And yeah, interesting. The Master, I'm very excited to revisit in preps for One Battle After Another. Top Gun Maverick is perfect. Dune, we're talking about Dune again. Up is good. Barbie. Ooh, Perfect Days. This is so cool that Perfect Days is on this list. That's amazing. I really didn't think that it would make this list. I haven't seen these entries to this list. Mean Girls, good. So this is a big one. This is a big omission. We've officially reached the very first I haven't seen. So anyway, we press forward. Anatomy of a Fall at 26 on the 100 is based and really, really smart. 80 here is too low. Gone Girl, too low at 79 and 64. Michael Clayton, too low at both of 78 and 93 as well. This should be a top 10 on both lists. The Prestige, that's cool. I like The Prestige on here. Worst Person in the World, I love it at 76. That's awesome. That's really, really good. Boyhood, big movie I haven't seen. I own the Criterion. I am waiting for the right moment. Just to watch it. Black Swan, 74 and 81. Pretty close. Love Spotlight. I think it's too low, but I love Spotlight. I understand. I get it. Uncut Gems should be in the top 10. I don't know. I don't know what more you want me to say about that. Tree of Life, I haven't seen. I have a lot of talk about it recently, but I haven't seen it. Florida Project, number 70 on this list and 74 on the other list. I wonder if that's the closest that we're going to see. Yee, I haven't seen. I've heard only good things. Tar, oh, interesting. 68 here and 67 on the New York Times list. I wonder how that's the case. That's fascinating. Should be higher, but that's okay. The Handmaiden, people tell me almost every day how much I will love The Handmaiden when I watch it. I need to watch it. I'm not huge on deep diving into the Coens' old stuff, so that would be the miss here. We'll just kind of keep moving here. 2049, misunderstood masterpiece. 61 and 62, another one apart. I wonder if any of these are going to officially line up. Memento's great. Memento's really, really good. Little Women, watched for the first time as of 6 weeks ago. Incredible stuff. 5-star movie. Django Unchained, it's good. Ratatouille, yeah. Ocean's 11, Zone of Interest of 56 on this list, considering it's from readers and lists and people, is good. I'm glad that this being in the stream of the consciousness is a thing. 12 on the list of New York Times is smart and good, and 56 here is low, but I'm glad it's here. This is really high on my watch list. Y Tu Mamá También. Love The Wolf of Wall Street. Superbad. Oh, God, Superbad is so good. Sinners at 52. I wonder if that's the most recent movie that we're going to see here on this list. That's remarkable. Remarkable. A 2025 movie making this list of the century, of 25 years of movies. That's crazy. We're getting close. I've got 8 that I want to watch. I'm trying not to go over 10. Was kind of my magic mystery goal. Memories of Murder. Nice. Okay. Kill Bill Volume 1. I'm infamously a little bit of a hater on the Kill Bill series. Past Lives, too low in both situations. Haven't seen it. Phantom Thread should be higher than 45. It's a perfect movie. Okay. Two Towers. Okay. We're getting a little bit of film bro culture. Wall-E, Two Towers, Little Miss Sunshine, Zodiac. I don't know. I'm getting a little nervous for the tops. The tops here. 40 and 43. Pretty close. Pan's. Okay, a lot of people love Pan's Labyrinth. 30 and 37. Okay, so City of God. I would almost watch this movie last night. I literally almost watched this movie last night. I will probably try to watch it tonight, actually. Lady Bird. After Sun, too low on both lists. Wow, Gladiator is high. People really ride for Gladiator, don't they? 33. In 2025, people are like, yeah, Gladiator is one of the best. Huh. I did not think that was going to be the case. Jesus, 31 and 49 on both lists is crazy. Yes. All great movies. Okay, we're getting into really great territory. I had a feeling Dune Part 2 would be high on this list, and I'll tie it back to Dune Messiah. I think that will be high on this list as well. Portrait of a Lady on Fire has sent me over the top here. And I have to see this movie. A lot of people told me I have to see this movie. Inception. 10-year anniversary of Inception coming up in just a couple of weeks, which is exciting. I am writing a piece about it for the site that I write for, The Rolling Tape. So that'll be pretty cool. Okay, Oppenheimer. That makes sense. Children of Men. Nice. Put some respect. Okay, here we go. The top 20. This is probably my biggest glaring omission of a movie I haven't seen. I own it. On Blu-ray, I have it, but I haven't seen it. Moonlight is a little low. Get Out, also a little low on this list. I find it fascinating that La La Land did not make the New York Times list of 100 movies. I wonder what went into that decision, because to me it should be on there. It is one of my favorite movies ever, but I understand the kind of unearthing the politics of it, and especially putting Moonlight and La La Land so close together on this list is really interesting. Okay, interesting. 2 Lord of the Rings movies right next to each other. Oh, yeah. In the Mood for Love. You love to see it. Inglourious Bastards. Good. Okay. We're entering the top 10. There are some big movies that are not on this list, and I'm wondering what's going to show up. We'll do it one by one. Okay. The Social Network. Okay, we found our probably our only one that matches. Also number 10 on the 100 best list. And I just feel like 10 is too low. No other movie exists like The Social Network exists. It's just frankly, no other movie has done it. Okay, it's been a long time since I've seen this, so I think I need to rewatch it because it's really high on both lists. Yes, Spirited Away. Really, really should be here. Oh, interesting. Fury Road. No Furiosa on this list. I heavily doubt that it's going to be in the top 6. I actually would have replaced... I would have put Furiosa in like the 80s, I guess. I think it's one of the best, but I know that I overrate it. Fury Road does kind of contain this much more fascinating legacy of changing what kind of movies were possible from George Miller. Okay, The Dark Knight. This is an interesting run of 5 right here. This is very film Twitter. Shoot. You hate to see it. Interstellar at 5, I think, is a poor choice. I guess that maybe I don't get it. Oh, yeah. There Will Be Blood. I just watched this for the first time a couple of weeks ago. Wow. No Country for Old Men. Okay. Yep. God, this 5 right here should be studied. I mean, this is crazy. All 5 of them making it onto the New York Times list as well. All in different regions. I guess except these two made it 3 and 6, but like the 80s, the 20s, and the 10s is interesting. Okay, it's going to be 2 and 1. Yep, Mulholland Drive. And then we all know what number 1 is. Of course, Parasite. I think the same top 2. Yep, on the New York Times 100 list. Understandably so. Cool. Wow. That's really, really exciting. So I've seen 87, and I wanted to watch 12. That was a fun exercise. So I've seen 87% of the list. I think incredibly the correct top 2 pictures. Top 2 numbers for sure. Jurassic World Rebirth earned $30.5 million in the film's domestic opening day. Seems like a lot. Jurassic World franchise box office. Just do a little comparison here. We can look at lifetime gross. I know this movie's only been out for, what's today? Saturday. It's only been out for like a day and a half. Jurassic World's, the reboot in 2015 after Jurassic Park 3 in 2001. This is big. This 17-year gap obviously attributed to why people enjoyed it so much and went out to see it. Excuse me. Jurassic Park. Interesting. Okay, so Jurassic World Dominion, $376 million, almost 377. Now, we don't have the Jurassic World Rebirth on here yet. Let's see what we're calculating. Yeah, $31 million so far. Okay. I think this movie will make a lot of money. I think this movie is going to make a lot of money. And it's good for theatrical and it's bad for the state of movies. And I think that's too bad. Requiem for a Dream and Toy Story 3 are the biggest omissions from both lists, in my opinion. Oh, yeah. Interesting. I didn't even think about that. I know that there's a strong contingent for Toy Story 3, which I totally understand. And I actually stand by. I think Toy Story 3 is the best of the Toy Story franchise. Requiem for a Dream. Aronofsky is not my guy. Don't really like a lot of the things he's done. I like a couple of the things. I like Black Swan, of course, was on this list. I like The Wrestler, I think is a really underrated character study. But I think Requiem for a Dream is a little, even though it's film bro-y and like film Twitter and it's kind of in the conversation, I do think that it's just a little weird. People don't want a dark movie on their list, Oh, I'm almost out of espresso. I don't know if you can see. Okay. I don't know who Chainsaw Man is. First official look at Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto in the MCU. Do I watch... what's it called? Ironheart. Do I watch Ironheart? I actually have seen the first episode. There's 5 more to go. I know this is kind of the finale. This is what we're going towards. I love the Ironheart comic book series. Let me just tell you that. I was a day one. I actually bought every single issue the day that they came out, and I think it's really good. I'm curious about this series, but I'm not inclined to watch it. 18 years ago, this was yesterday, Michael Bay's Transformers released in theaters. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, so I don't have a comment. Jack O'Connell on the set of 20 years later. Jack O'Connell, do your thing, man. Be the weird guy. We need more weird guys in movies, and that is something that the 90s had a lot of, and the 2020s doesn't, and I think Jack O'Connell is bringing that back, so I'm happy about that. Tim Burton reveals that he is developing a new animated film. I like this piece of news. Films Wiki. Let's see what Tim Burton is looking like he's up to. Feature films. My wife is a huge Tim Burton fan, so a lot of these hold a near and dear place. So, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I haven't seen Beetlejuice. Yeah, Edward Scissorhands, one of her all-time favorites. Batman Returns, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Ed Wood, Mars Attacks. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This 6-movie run in 6 years, you could argue, is one of the best. More people need to see Ed Wood. It's remarkably good. And to do Batman and Batman Returns that are both so core text to comic book movies now, and Edward Scissorhands' Nightmare Before Christmas, really good. And Mars Attacks, nothing like it. Okay, and then things happen. Sweeney Todd, I hold very near and dear to my heart. I really like Sweeney Todd. So he did do Beetlejuice. Okay, I did not see that movie. He directed Dumbo in 2019, got eaten up by the Disney live action machine. So really, in the last 6 years, he's made 2 movies. One of them is a live action CGI disaster, and the other one is Beetlejuice that made a lot of money at the box office, but is a legacy sequel. I hope that this developing a new animated film is obviously with Henry Selick and in the vein of those things. I think that is important. Superman is coming out, and I don't really care. Yesterday was Tom Cruise's birthday. Happy birthday, Tom Cruise. You're God. Thanks for sticking around. 63. A B cinema score. Actually, pretty good for a movie like this. I think a lot of people are going to see a B cinema score for Jurassic World Rebirth and be happy about that. Speaking about The Boys and the finale of The Boys in the final season, Aaron Moriarty posted about it, and I love The Boys. I don't want to tear up. Trammell Tillman has been cast alongside Natalie Portman and Mark Ruffalo in Lena Dunham's rom-com Good Sex for Netflix. The film follows a woman who falls for a Brooklyn hipster in his 20s just as she begins a promising relationship with a successful businessman in his 50s. Okay, 1. This is good. I like this casting, and I like Natalie Portman and Mark Ruffalo. I think they're going to have a cool dynamic. I like Trammell Tillman in this movie as well. Number 2, I like that Lena Dunham is making a rom-com. I think that's great. Number 3, if this in any way, shape, or form follows the materialist discourse about anti-capitalist relationships, I fucking hope that Twitter stops existing. Like, I just hope, I hope we don't have to go through that again. Because it sounds like that might be where we're headed. So the thing is, Materialist is really good, and it's saying a lot of important things about love and material things. Materialists, and I just hope that this movie doesn't get eaten up by the same discourse. Making it for Netflix, I don't like it, but what are you going to do? 40 years ago, yesterday, 2 days ago, Back to the Future was released in theaters. I like Back to the Future. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Keith David reacting to the announcement that he was going to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. This is great. Long overdue. Keith David, one of the greats. Haven't seen live action Lilo and Stitch. Probably not going to watch it. New look at the thing with a beard. Why? Why does he have a beard? I don't understand what we're doing, and I don't really get it, and I don't know why he's got a beard. Sarah Michelle Gellar is getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That's very cool. Timothée Chalamet getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Little young. But I approve. No slander. Just saying. Demi Moore is getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. This is great that they chose this picture. That's fantastic. Amos Sedaris has been cast in Jon Favreau's live-action / animated hybrid as Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Wow, we'll just make anything nowadays. We'll just make anything at all. What is this movie going to be about? Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. I guess if it's like Roger Rabbit's, I'll take it. And Call of Duty. What has Call of Duty become? Oh, Lord have mercy. Test screening attendees had enthusiastic reactions for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I wonder who those attendees are, and I wonder if they're 13-year-old boys who are addicted to video games. I thought the first one was quite poor, and I'm not sure the second one is going to be markedly better. But Blumhouse kind of on an all-time poor tear right now. This is great. You know, I love to go to the Wikipedia. Blumhouse filmography wiki. Now, things are not looking great for Blumhouse in terms of box office dollars as of late, at least this year. So Wolfman, I didn't see it, unfortunately. I wanted to. $35 million at the box office. Pretty poor. The Woman in the Yard, $23 million at the box office. Remarkably poor. Drop, $28 million at the box office. Also remarkably poor. And that's too bad. And Megan 2.0, we kind of talked about briefly earlier, sitting at $21 million right now, will probably cap out at around 25. So that's bad, and Blumhouse needs to fix that. Now, the thing that Blumhouse has going, obviously, is Five Nights at Freddy's, and they also have Black Phone 2 coming out this year, which is big, and I think will be a sleeper hit. I think Black Phone 1 is pretty good, and I think Scott Derrickson can put the asses in the seats. So that'll be cool. I don't know what Blumhouse is planning to do with Saw, but Blumhouse Saw, they have acquired the rights to the Saw franchise from Twisted Pictures. This was a big deal, and I am worried. Now, I did make kind of a short TikTok about this, but like notably, James Wan is the creative director of Blumhouse, which now puts Saw and the rights to Saw back in the hands of James Wan, who created Saw. And I hope we'll see a way forward with this franchise that is good. I think Saw 10, Saw X, whatever you want to call it, was actually really good. So I hope they move in that direction. Phase 5 of the MCU is officially ended. The Fantastic Four is the start of Phase 6. Okay. Cool. The Last of Us. I don't get it. I have never seen it, and I never will, so I'm skipping over that. No Country for Old Men and Unforgiven will be re-released in select Alamo Drafthouse theaters later this month. Both films have been chosen by Ari Aster as two of his favorite westerns that inspired his new film Eddington. This is really cool. Not only for the fact that people are going to get to see No Country for Old Men in a theater again, and I wish I lived close to an Alamo Drafthouse. Please come to the West Coast, Alamo Drafthouse. Listen to me. But I think more theaters and chains and theatrical houses should do something like this, like a preface screening for movies that are getting ready to come out, notably original movies. And I think this would have been really interesting with Sinners, and I think it's fascinating with Eddington, to basically say, hey, Ari Aster, hey, Ryan Coogler, we're going to give you 3 movies. We'll give you 3 weekends and a handful of screenings on each weekend of 3 of the most influential movies to your new movie coming out. What do you want people to see? That would be awesome. More theaters should be doing that. More theaters should be doing rep screenings like that. And I think a lot of these re-releases are making a lot of money. And I do think theaters are recognizing that. And I love putting directors attached to those rep screenings, to those re-releases, because it actually means something. If you go see these 2 and then you go see Eddington, I can almost guarantee you're going to have a better experience. I'm excited for Eddington. I think it's going to be good. Video game. I don't video game. Ballerina, I thought was fine. Pretty fine. New look at the Fantastic Four in their spacesuits. Okay. A little bit of chap action going on here. Interesting. New look at the practical sets for Fantastic Four. Cool. Okay, wait. I'm coming around. Practical sets. I do like practical sets. That's pretty cool. There's probably something in here. There's probably some kind of Easter egg in here. No? No, that looks pretty nice. That's not that impressive. That's just a little bit of a set. Okay, cool. Another teaser. We've reached another teaser, which I will not be watching. A trailer that I haven't seen for Relay, Riz Ahmed and Lily James. The film follows a secretive fixer who brokers payoffs on behalf of corrupt corporations. Huh. I'd be interested in that. I think Black Bear just support with distribution is good for that movie. Exclusive poster for Afterburn, the new action thriller starring Dave Bautista, Samuel L. Jackson, and Olga Kurilenko. The film follows a treasure hunter who ventures to Europe to uncover the Mona Lisa after a solar flare destroyed the Earth's eastern hemisphere. Wow. Aftersun 2. Afterburn. That's after. Okay. A lot of trailers. I don't watch South Park, so I'm not going to speak on the South Park news. Let's end with this. Let's end with the Jaws 50th anniversary IMAX re-release. You're going to need a bigger screen. This is a great poster, and I'm glad that the 50th anniversary of Jaws is coming at a time in which, again, theaters and theatrical exhibitions are recognizing the importance of re-releases and rep screenings. Seeing it on IMAX is probably going to be incredible, and I think has the opportunity to, I don't want to sound head in the sky, but I genuinely think has the opportunity to change a lot of people's lives. People that maybe haven't seen Jaws at all, people that have only seen Jaws in their home, people that have only seen clips of Jaws on social media, or have only spoken about Jaws in social situations or with pop culture, will have an opportunity to watch it in arguably one of the very best premium formats. And I think that's important. And I think it could help restructure and reskew a little bit of modern audiences towards what makes a good movie. Jaws, undeniably one of the greatest movies ever made, one of the best summertime movies ever. A movie that I am very excited to see in 35 millimeter, actually, because my local rep theater, the Hollywood Theater, is showing, we'll go through all of these, they're showing Jaws in 35 millimeter at the end of August, which I'm excited for. So I will be watching Jaws in IMAX, and I will also be watching it on 35 millimeter at the end of August. Going with my wife. We have made a point to do that. We have 2 small kids, so we never get to the movies together, and that will be really special. And I actually don't think she's ever seen Jaws, which is crazy stuff. So cool. Takes us back to Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Perfect. I think a perfect time to stop doing news and to stop doing this stream. I hope it worked, and I hope the technical aspect of things ended up panning out. Thank you, Keith, for commenting, and I appreciate that. That was really fun. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I will probably do this more in the future. If you want me to talk about specific things, let me know. I'd be really curious, and maybe we just do movie news again in the future. Maybe talk about specific things. Maybe do like a live ranking. Maybe do a fun live activity. I don't know. But I think this video stays up on my YouTube channel. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Stay tuned for future movies and reviews. I have a lot of cool video essays coming up in my content calendar that I have planned for, that I've started writing about movies, and I'm very thrilled to kind of be back doing this. It makes me very happy. So thank you for tuning in. I'll see you later, and see you at the movies, as Tom Cruise said.